Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive.
Always fun.
Today, we're tackling the world of cryptocurrency.
Oh, here we go.
Well, hold on before you think it's all about picking the next Bitcoin.
Right.
We're taking a different approach.
Okay.
Imagine the gold rush, but instead of digging for gold,
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at the companies selling the picks and shovels.
Interesting.
That's what this deep dive is all about.
I like that analogy. Yeah. It's about recognizing the infrastructure
Exactly.
and support systems that drive a whole industry.
And the company we're exploring today is doing just that for the crypto world.
Okay.
We're digging into the First Trust SkyBridge crypto industry and digital economy ETF,
Catchy name.
or CRPT for short.
Much better.
This ETF doesn't actually hold any cryptocurrency directly.
It focuses on companies within two key ecosystems, the crypto industry and the digital economy. It's a way to potentially benefit from the growth of crypto without the heart-stopping ups and downs of investing in the currencies themselves.
That's a really interesting angle.
Yeah.
Especially for those who might be hesitant to jump directly into the crypto market.
For sure.
So let's break this down further.
Okay.
We have this visual in front of us called the Crypto Industry and Digital Economy Ecosystems diagram.
I'm looking at it right now.
It outlines 5 key categories within the crypto industry.
This diagram is a roadmap to understanding CRPT's strategy.
Okay.
Let's start with the first category, crypto asset mining.
Okay, so crypto asset mining.
Yes.
These are the companies running those massive computer systems we always hear about, right?
Yeah.
The ones that are validating transactions and keeping the blockchain secure, kind of like the digital equivalent of those old-timey gold miners.
Okay.
Sifting through mountains of data to find their treasure.
I like it.
That's a good way to put it.
And that energy-intensive process
Yes.
creates a huge demand for specialized hardware.
Okay.
Which brings us to our next category,
Okay.
crypto mining equipment suppliers.
Makes sense. If you're going to be a digital gold miner, you need the right tools for the job.
Right.
These companies are developing the powerful hardware needed to stay ahead in the mining game.
Yeah.
We're talking about specialized chips and rigs.
Think of it this way. It's the difference between panning for gold in a stream
Right.
and operating a massive high-tech mining operation.
Wow.
The scale and technology involved are on another level.
Next, we have crypto trading and asset management companies.
Okay.
These are the platforms that let you buy, sell, and trade various cryptocurrencies,
Yep.
along with the companies that manage those crypto assets for investors.
Right.
I guess this is where things start to feel a bit more familiar,
Sure.
even for folks who haven't dabbled in crypto directly.
Absolutely. It's about providing the infrastructure and expertise that make the crypto market accessible and manageable.
Now, for something really interesting, crypto balance sheet investments.
Oh, yeah. This is a big one.
This category includes companies that hold a significant amount of cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin as a strategic asset.
It's like they're saying, we believe in the long-term value of crypto so much that we're putting our own money where our mouth is.
Right.
It's a strong signal of confidence in the future of crypto.
Okay.
And it can attract investors who want exposure to crypto, but prefer to invest in companies with a proven track record.
Okay, last one on the crypto industry side.
Okay.
Online brokerages and trading platforms.
Pretty self-explanatory.
These were pretty self-explanatory.
Your familiar online brokerage accounts.
Right.
But for the world of crypto.
It's all about democratizing access to crypto trading.
Exactly.
Whether you're an individual investor just starting out or a large institution.
Right.
These platforms make it easier to participate in the crypto market.
For sure.
All right, we've covered the crypto industry side of CRPT's focus.
Okay.
Now let's explore the digital economy side.
All right, let's do it.
We have digital banks, digital payment companies, and, wait a minute, semiconductor manufacturers? Why are chip makers part of the digital economy play?
Great question. Remember, semiconductors are the tiny brains powering all our digital devices. Phones, laptops, and the massive data centers that make the internet hum. They are essential to the digital world, including the crypto industry, which relies heavily on computing power.
So CRPT is recognizing that the digital economy, and by extension the crypto industry, relies on these fundamental building blocks.
Precisely. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of these ecosystems. Without semiconductors, the digital world as we know it wouldn't exist.
Now let's get to know the team behind CRPT.
All right.
The sub-advisor managing this fund is SkyBridge Capital too.
And this is where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
SkyBridge Capital 2 is led by Anthony Scaramucci and Brett Messing.
Okay.
They bring a unique blend of traditional finance experience and a deep understanding of the evolving crypto landscape.
Sounds like a perfect combination for navigating this new frontier. The document details their investment process, starting with a vast universe of potential investments, common stocks, and ADRs listed on global exchanges.
I see.
Then they have a really intriguing 50% rule.
That 50% rule is key to their strategy.
Okay, what is that?
For a company to be classified as part of the crypto industry, at least half of its revenue or profits must come from the crypto ecosystem. Alternatively, at least half of its net assets must be directly held in crypto.
So they're not just dipping their toes in the crypto waters.
No, they're not.
They're looking for companies that are truly immersed in the crypto world.
It's about ensuring that CRPT is a focused investment vehicle, targeting companies that are deeply involved in the crypto industry.
And the same rule applies to companies classified under the digital economy.
Yes.
At least 50% of their revenue or profits need to come from that space.
Correct.
This seems like a rigorous selection process.
Absolutely. SkyBridge is very deliberate in their approach. They're not just chasing any company with a digital presence.
Okay.
They're looking for the true leaders and innovators in both the crypto industry and the broader digital economy.
Once they've identified the potential all-stars, it's on to the next stage, portfolio construction.
Oh.
This is where SkyBridge's expertise really shines.
They carefully assemble a diversified portfolio, considering factors like market capitalization, industry sector, and geographic location.
This is like putting together a puzzle.
Yeah.
Making sure all the pieces fit together to create a cohesive and balanced picture.
It's a delicate balancing act. They're aiming to manage risk while maximizing potential returns.
And of course, the story doesn't end there.
Nope.
There's ongoing portfolio monitoring. SkyBridge keeps a watchful eye on the market.
They do.
Ready to adjust the CRPT portfolio as needed to respond to changing conditions and new opportunities.
That active management is a key differentiator for CRPT. It provides flexibility and responsiveness in a market. Now, I'm curious about the potential benefits of an actively managed ETF like this.
Sure.
The source material highlights quite a few, starting with intraday liquidity. That means you can buy and sell shares of CRPT throughout the trading day, just like any other stock.
Liquidity is crucial, especially in a fast-moving market. It gives investors the flexibility to enter or exit positions as their investment strategy dictates.
And there's transparency of holdings, so you know exactly which companies are in the portfolio at any given time.
Transparency is essential for building trust and empowering investors to make informed decisions. It aligns with the ethos of openness that's often associated with the crypto industry.
CRPT also has low investment minimums, making it accessible to a wider range of investors.
That's a good thing.
And let's not forget tax efficiency.
Important.
Which can help you keep more of your hard-earned returns.
Tax efficiency is often overlooked, but it can make a significant difference
to your overall investment performance over time.
I like the sound of that.
It's like getting a bonus just for being smart about how you invest.
And we can't forget about diversification.
Of course.
CRPT spreads your investment across multiple companies within both the crypto and digital economy ecosystems. And of course, there's the potential to outperform indexes.
Absolutely.
Especially with the expertise of SkyBridge managing the portfolio.
Active management aims to generate alpha, meaning returns that exceed the benchmark index.
That's the goal.
It's about leveraging expertise to potentially achieve better results than simply tracking the market.
But of course, we need to acknowledge the risks involved in any investment.
Of course, no investment is risk-free.
CRPT is not a magic bullet.
Understanding the potential downsides is just as important as recognizing the potential rewards.
And speaking of risks, the source document provides a pretty comprehensive list of things to consider.
It does.
It emphasizes the relative newness of the crypto industry ecosystem.
We're still in the early innings. And there's a lot we don't know about how this will all play out in the long run.
So even though CRPT focuses on the companies building the foundation of the crypto world, there's still inherent uncertainty about how that world will take shape.
Precisely. It's a reminder that while there's tremendous potential for growth, there are also risks that need to be carefully considered.
Another key risk is fluctuating currency exchange rates. Since CRPT invests in companies globally, changes in currency values can impact returns for investors based in the U.S.
That's a factor to consider with any globally diversified portfolio.
Okay.
Currency fluctuations can add another layer of complexity
Right.
to investment decisions.
And then there's the ever-present risk of cybersecurity breaches.
Huge one.
The digital world is increasingly vulnerable to hacking and data theft.
Absolutely.
Companies in the crypto and digital economy spaces are prime targets.
Cybersecurity is a major concern for any company operating in the digital realm. A breach can damage reputation, disrupt operations, and lead to significant financial losses.
It's a reminder that even the most innovative and promising companies are vulnerable to these types of threats.
Exactly. It's a risk that investors need to be aware of and factor into their decision-making process.
The source document also reminds us of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on global markets.
Right.
While things have stabilized somewhat, the pandemic's long-term effects are still unfolding.
The pandemic highlighted the interconnectedness of the global economy and how unforeseen events can have ripple effects across markets.
It's a reminder that even the most sophisticated risk management strategies can be challenged by unexpected events.
Absolutely. Black swan events can disrupt even the most carefully laid plans.
We've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
From the specific categories CRPT focuses on to the potential risks and rewards.
It's a lot to take in.
What are some initial thoughts or questions that come to mind for you?
I'm particularly interested in the implications of SkyBridge's 50% rule.
Okay.
It seems like a smart way to ensure the fund is truly focused on companies directly involved in the crypto industry.
Right.
But how does that impact their ability to diversify the portfolio?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It seems like they're walking a tightrope.
It is a balancing act.
Between focused exposure and diversification.
Exactly. And that leads to another thought.
Okay.
How do they identify those emerging companies that might not be generating significant revenue from crypto yet, but have the potential to become major players in the future?
It sounds like SkyBridge's research and analysis capabilities are truly put to the test with this approach.
I think that's a key takeaway for our listener.
Yeah.
Understanding CRPT's investment process and the expertise behind it is essential for assessing whether this ETF aligns with their investment goals and risk tolerance.
I agree. We've just scratched the surface here.
There's always more to learn.
There's a lot more to uncover.
Every investment, no matter how promising, comes with its own set of risks.
And the source document doesn't shy away from outlining those risks. We touched on a few in the last part.
Right.
But there's some others that I think are worth exploring.
Absolutely. Let's dive into some of the specific risks laid out in the document and what they mean for potential investors.
One that really stood out to me is the risk associated with government regulations. The crypto industry is still relatively young, and the regulatory landscape is constantly evolving. It feels like a bit of a Wild West out there.
That's a great point. Uncertainty around regulations can create a lot of volatility and impact the profitability of companies operating in this space. Governments worldwide are still figuring out how to regulate cryptocurrencies and the businesses built around them.
It makes you wonder how a sudden shift in regulations could impact the value of CRPT's holdings. Investors need to be comfortable with that level of uncertainty.
It's a reminder that this is a dynamic and ever-changing landscape. Flexibility and adaptability are key for both the companies in the portfolio and the investors considering CRPT.
Another risk factor mentioned in the document is the fierce competition within the crypto industry. New companies are popping up all the time, and the pace of innovation is relentless. It's like a race to the top, with everyone trying to outdo each other.
That competition can be a double-edged sword. It drives innovation and pushes companies to constantly improve their offerings, but it also creates uncertainty about which companies will be the ultimate winners in the long run.
It makes you think about those companies CRPT invests in today. They might be the market leaders right now, but there's no guarantee they'll maintain that position in the future. The crypto world can shift very quickly.
That's where the active management of this ETF comes into play. It's SkyBridge's job to monitor the market, closely identify emerging trends, and adjust the CRPT portfolio accordingly. They're like the scouts out on the frontier looking for the next big thing.
Speaking of the future, the document also highlights the potential for disruption from new technologies. It makes me think about how quickly technology evolves. What's cutting edge today could be old news tomorrow.
That's especially true in the fast-paced world of crypto and the digital economy. A new blockchain technology or a breakthrough in quantum computing could completely change the game.
It's a good reminder that investing in CRPT isn't a passive activity. Investors need to stay informed about the latest developments and be prepared for potential shifts in the industry.
Absolutely. And that's where the expertise of a team like SkyBridge becomes even more valuable. They're constantly researching and analyzing the evolving landscape, identifying both the opportunities and the potential threats.
Now, let's not forget about the broader economic factors that can impact any investment, including CRPT. Things like inflation, interest rate hikes, and recessions can all affect the value of a portfolio. It's like the tide that can lift or lower all boats regardless of how well they're built.
Those macroeconomic factors are outside the control of any individual company or even a specific industry. They represent systemic risks that affect the entire market.
So even if CRPT has a well-diversified portfolio of solid companies, a global recession or a period of high inflation could still have a negative impact on its performance.
That's why it's so important to think about CRPT as part of a diversified investment strategy, not as a standalone solution. It's just one piece of the puzzle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No single investment should make up your entire portfolio. Spreading your investments across different asset classes and industries is crucial for managing risk.
Diversification is like having a safety net. It helps cushion the blow when unexpected events happen.
And we've talked a lot about risks, but let's not forget about the potential upside. We touched on some of the potential benefits of CRPT earlier, but it's worth revisiting them now that we have a better understanding of the risks involved.
It's all about weighing the potential rewards against the potential risks and deciding if the trade-off is right for you.
One of the biggest draws of CRPT is that it provides access to a diversified portfolio of companies operating in a sector that's experiencing rapid growth.
Instead of trying to pick individual winners in the crypto space, which can be like trying to hit a moving target, CRPT offers exposure to a basket of companies spreading the risk and potentially capturing growth across the entire ecosystem.
And let's not forget that this ETF is actively managed by the team at SkyBridge. They're not just passively tracking an index. They're making strategic decisions about which companies to include in the portfolio and how to allocate assets. It's like having a dedicated team of experts working for you.
That active management can be a real advantage, especially in a volatile and evolving market like crypto. They can react quickly to changes and seize opportunities that a passive index fund might miss.
Right. SkyBridge is constantly monitoring the market, doing their research and adjusting the portfolio based on their assessment of the opportunities and risks. They're like the captain steering the ship through choppy waters.
And let's not forget about the benefits of the ETF structure itself: liquidity and transparency. Investors can buy and sell shares of CRPT throughout the trading day just like any other stock.
That liquidity is crucial for investors who might need to access their funds quickly or who want the flexibility to adjust their positions as market conditions change.
It's about having control over your investments and being able to react to market movements.
And the transparency of holdings means investors always know exactly which companies are in the CRPT portfolio. No surprises there.
Transparency builds trust and empowers investors to make informed decisions. It aligns with the principles of openness and accountability that are so important in the crypto world.
Now, it's important to acknowledge that while CRPT has a lot to offer, it's not a perfect investment. One potential concern is the expense ratio.
That's a valid point. Actively managed ETFs like CRPT tend to have higher expense ratios than passively managed index funds. Investors need to weigh the potential benefits of active management against those costs.
So it's a trade-off. You're paying for the expertise of the SkyBridge team, but those fees do eat into your returns. It's important to factor that into your overall investment strategy.
Each investor needs to decide if the potential benefits of active management outweigh the costs.
Another potential downside is that the performance of CRPT is ultimately tied to the performance of the crypto industry and digital economy as a whole.
Even with a skilled team at the helm, CRPT can't escape the broader market forces that influence these sectors. If these sectors take a downturn, CRPT's value will likely decline as well. It's like being on a roller coaster. You're in for the ride, ups and downs included.
Exactly. It reinforces the idea that CRPT should be part of a diversified portfolio, not a standalone bet on the future of crypto.
It plays a crucial role, but it's the entire ensemble that creates the symphony. I think it's about recognizing that CRPT offers a unique and potentially compelling way to participate in the growth of the crypto industry and digital economy, but it's not without risks.
It's an exciting opportunity, but it's not for the faint of heart.
Exactly. It requires a clear understanding of the risks involved, the importance of diversification, and a commitment to staying informed about these dynamic and evolving sectors. It's about being an active participant in your own investment journey. Well, one key trend to watch is the increasing convergence between the crypto industry and the digital economy.
Okay.
These two worlds are becoming more and more intertwined.
Like two rivers merging.
Exactly. It's like watching two rivers merge into a powerful stream.
We're seeing crypto being integrated into payment systems, supply chains, and even traditional financial markets.
It's becoming increasingly mainstream.
It is.
And this convergence is creating entirely new business models and investment opportunities.
Like what?
Think about decentralized finance, or DeFi for short. It's aiming to recreate traditional financial services, but on the blockchain.
Oh, wow. So it's like building a parallel financial universe.
That's a good way to put it.
DeFi is definitely a hot topic.
For sure.
It's fascinating to see how these decentralized platforms are challenging the traditional financial system.
Yeah, it's like a David versus Goliath story unfolding in real time.
And for investors, it presents a chance to invest in companies at the forefront of this financial revolution.
I think that's one of the big appeals of CRPT.
Right, because with its focus on the infrastructure and enablers of the crypto industry,
Exactly.
It's well-positioned to capture this growth.
It's like investing in the building blocks of a new financial system.
Instead of betting on one specific cryptocurrency,
Yeah, much broader.
you're investing in the companies that are building the foundation for the entire ecosystem.
And that's why understanding the underlying technologies and trends is so crucial. It's not just about buying into the hype. It's about making informed investment decisions based on sound research and analysis.
What's the key message you want to leave our listener with?
The world of finance is changing dramatically right before our eyes.
I think we can all agree on that.
The crypto industry and digital economy are driving this change.
Yeah,
Creating both incredible opportunities and new challenges.
for sure.
CRPT offers a unique way to participate in this transformation.
I think that's clear.
But it's essential to approach this investment with a long-term perspective.
Right.
A clear understanding of the risks and a commitment to staying informed about this dynamic and evolving landscape.